Well, many of us start a new workout program in January, but the challenge is always, how do you turn that into a year-long habit? Noel Fitzgibbon is the department head for the personal training certificate at Macquarie College and joins us now with some tips about how to stay motivated for our health and fitness goals. Good morning. Thank you so much for being with us.
Hey, Jody. Thank you for having me back on.
We were chatting off the air, and I said it has to be really busy right now. Everybody must be, oh no, I better fix this. And so you must be seeing a lot of folks interested in fitness. How do we, address some of those common mistakes that people make when they do realize they want to change their lifestyle?
For sure. Gyms this month are going crazy. You can barely get a treadmill. You can barely get a machine. So for the people that are just kind of getting in, I think my biggest piece of advice is to not go too crazy off the bat. Try to, go in 2-3 times a week, be consistent, not start off with 6 times a week from your first week, because doing twice a week for a year is much better than doing 6 times a week for 1 month,
And is that a sustainable amount of time that we should be exercising, or what would you recommend for the number of times a week that we should be exercising so that we can get into making this a routine, which is the key?
The best amount of exercising sessions per week that you can do is the amount of sessions that you can realistically fit into your schedule. So
Perfect.
If that's once a week, if that's twice a week, if that's 5 times a week, fantastic. But just try to work it into your schedule as best you can.
And then I know that it's always tricky because, you gain that momentum in the beginning. How do you maintain that momentum? How do you maintain that motivation so that you do keep going? Do you have any suggestions for that?
For sure. Finding ways to enjoy the gym, whether that's doing exercises that you like, whether that's finding a training partner, a workout partner, a friend that helps keep you motivated. You text each other every morning before you go to the gym, something along those lines. Finding ways to make it enjoyable and to make it reasonable to keep up on a consistent basis are the most important ways to do it.
I would think some of that accountability is good too. If you're working with a personal trainer, then you know that you have somebody that is overseeing a little bit of what you're doing and preventing you from maybe going too hard or injuring yourself.
For sure, yeah, having a trainer, getting some actual guidance, and I mean that's what we teach our students in terms of keeping your clients accountable, keeping your clients' expectations reasonable as they go through the gym, as they start the journey, and hopefully make it a lifelong one.
And not only can January be a time when we focus on our own health, it can be a chance to focus on, our own lifestyle, and it might be a great time to explore a career in the fitness industry. For
sure, yeah. So we have our new cohort starting next week for the personal training certificate. We also do have a cohort starting in May where we'll be starting our Saturday classes too, so students would have potential students would have the option to come in on the weekdays or the weekends for that too.
Wonderful. Well, hopefully we can chat again in a few months and everyone will stay highly motivated.
Absolutely.
And thanks to this conversation, thank you so much for the advice, Noel. For more information, you can check out Macquarie College on social media.